Hey yo, welcome to PTU TV. Today we're going to be checking out Channel 5's latest interview with Clavicular. He's been all over the internet lately with his looks maxing, male ideology pushing. Very interesting, very strange man from afar on the internet. But we're just going to check out this interview in this moment where things got heated between Clavicular and Andrew Callahan. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit subscribe and let's get into it. I'm going to start off just moments before things started. They started bumping heads actually, and it all started, or I think the straw that broke the camel's back was this comment that Andrew made about security. You could see how it kind of put Clavicular off. Let's get into it here.
Do that.
From a security standpoint, how do you stop stream snipers from ruining your
I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay. Just because you don't want people to know what your protocol is?
Correct.
Word. Trying to think what else I should add.
Yeah, I mean, we can see how serious his emotion got. Throughout the interview, you could tell that they were kind of on a different wavelength, different vibe. Clavicular wasn't liking every question, you could tell, and he kind of goes into detail finally here about that.
Ask about. It's tough because I don't want to put you in any boxes, but I'm sure there's people that probably want to know about various controversies. If you don't want to talk about any, that's cool.
I mean, more so like to talk about like looks maxing in my interviews. And it's like kind of annoying because no interviewer has actually like come up with a question ever that's been more than what would be the number one piece of advice you would recommend people to looks max. I've genuinely never had a single person ask me specifics about how do these two things interact, or how does looks maxing differ from this age to this age? Is it still possible to looks max? Like, there's no effort really behind the questions that you guys prepare. Seemingly, it just seems to be a lot of like gotcha mode, like clip farm shit.
Well, I'm
it's
not
like,
doing that.
yeah, you are a little bit to a degree.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
when you see the full presentation, it's not really going to be edited or clipped into my
Well,
face.
just because
And then this is where the tension starts to build. I mean, Clavicular's calling Andrew out on his interview style. And after watching quite a few of Andrew's interviews, I don't think he's that confrontational. He approaches subjects that may be a bit more sensitive lightly, but you can tell Clavicular is just not feeling it at this point.
it's not the worst interview I've had. I mean, like you had like a couple of ones that you were trying to sneak in with, like, oh, what is slut hate? It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's the second letter in the.
but I mean, like you know what you're intentionally trying to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because it's a pretty strongly worded forum and subculture.
Yeah, and that would be fine if that question was in there because it's decently relevant to the culture. But there was not even a single genuine attempt at like a specific looks max question.
Well, I'm not in the looks maxing community. I'm trying to learn about it. Not everyone talking to you is going to be a niche person who knows about all the methods.
Yeah, I know you're not in the looks maxing community, but you didn't even ask a looks maxing question like at all. You don't need to be in the looks maxing community to ask a looks maxing question.
At this point, the tension's growing. Okay, there seems to be a misunderstanding about his intention behind this interview, even. Claviculars just want to push this looks maxing rhetoric, essentially. And, and yeah, it just wasn't checking the boxes for him for some reason, and calling Andrew out on it. Very strange dynamic right in this moment.
I think we've been talking about looks maxing this whole time.
We've been talking about like the philosophy behind it, and it's.
You want me to ask you a scientific question about looks maxing?
I just think it's kind of funny how like that's really never been done with the amount of like media appearances.
Maybe people don't know you want to be asked that. Well, now they will.
Well, that's quite literally what your companies, your
What do you mean your companies? You think I work for like Time Warner or something?
Your press companies. You work for Channel 5.
It's a YouTube channel called Channel 5. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm the CEO of my own company. I don't have any agenda to play here.
Holy semantics, dude. Like,
it's a pretty big difference between working for an affiliate news station like Channel 5, the TV company.
Well, the fact of the matter is, like, you guys specifically reached.
All of a sudden, you see this language coming about. He's like, you guys, your company, the media, really just grouping Andrew in with really anybody that puts him down. Getting a little bit defensive.
We want to interview him about looks maxing. And then you'll start asking like political questions. And I'm just like, okay, like I don't mind it. You know what I mean? I'm not really like afraid to answer anything. You know, gone through every single question of yours besides the one about my security, which is a little bit weird. But
Oh no, right here, the look from Andrew says it all. Yeah, you can tell this is there's going to be no progress made at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, not a single attempt at anything in regards to looks max.
Okay, what's a question I should ask?
Well, that's up to you. It's
Well,
like,
you're
what
telling
am I
me-
going to tell you how to do your job?
You're
I
telling me
mean,
you want me to ask you about specific scientific questions about different looks maxing methods,
well, I mean, just
and you're not happy with the question about the pep.
Andrew's really trying here. He's really trying to get back on the same page, end it on a good note. We'll see.
Peptides or the bone smashing or anything like that.
I mean, like, can you not identify like anything that you have a curiosity about? Like maybe, you know, you wake up with dark circles in your eyes one morning and like, you know, even something like that. I mean, just like, even if you don't give a shit, I mean, like it would be like, at least, you know, you put a little bit of effort into
I think I've done a pretty good interview.
from what like context, because if it's from the context of what you guys reached out was your intention, then I would say that you've done a pretty shitty job.
All right. Well, I think
Shots
people probably
fired.
want to learn about you, and that was what I was trying to give you the opportunity to do.
Well, no, I know. I think that's totally fair, and that's I applaud you for that. But not one, you know, question about looks maxing.
There's been so many questions about looks maxing. I probably asked you about looks maxing like 40 times. I just don't know the specific science. I'm not in the community.
Okay.
That pretty much the entire conversation was about his beliefs behind looks maxing, and yeah, it wasn't, you know, hard data or science that they were asking questions about, but I think like the theories behind it were being talked about.
Well, I mean, like, if you were to ask about like something in regards to hair loss, like, there's really nothing.
Yeah,
that you-
sure. Hair loss.
You see what I
You're
mean?
telling
It's
me
like,
what to, you're trying to
I'm
get
telling
me
you
to.
what to ask. So when you wake up every single morning and you take a look in the
Awkward.
mirror, you're 100% satisfied with every single thing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, dude. All right. Well,
Oh.
this, I guess that's just, if you want to be completely disingenuous, that's fine with me. I guess there's just no point to continue.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well, they shake hands and it's over, just like that.
Yep.
Andrew stands up, doesn't even look at him.
All right. Thanks, guys. No worries. Yeah, no, everything's fine.
Oh yeah, this guy over here comes in to check in. I don't know who he is.
Though a bit disappointed that things panned out the way they did, I was too overwhelmed with excitement to trip too.
But yeah, guys, that's a very interesting, almost confrontation where they're calling each other out on their styles. Just really butting heads. Andrew's interviews always seem to be in good faith. I mean, if you check out the last one with Shia LaBeouf, he really tries to meet them in the middle, you know, and have an understanding approach and questioning. And might just not be what Clavicular's used to, but it did end well. If you watch this interview, what are your thoughts on it? Make sure you go subscribe to Channel 5. Awesome interviews regularly. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the Paint the Universe here, I'll check you next time.